Hello everyone, I'm going to be making a bold chunky ring and we're going to be making it for spring, so you'll need spring flowers, color of your choice or multiple colors, some resin tape, some pearlized micro powder, which is actually pearlized eyeshadow, a ring mandrel, a file, or you can use sandpaper, or if you have a Dremel, you can use a Dremel also, UV resin, some flat wire. This one's textured, and this is 5mm across. And you'll need some flush cutters. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to move everything out of the way first. Okay, towards the end you will also need a mixing bowl and a mixing utensil, and we're also going to place a small mat down. Even though we're using the tape, we're going to use this little mat. So I'm roughly going to cut off a small piece, probably about, I'll say about 4 inches. I'm not going to be using this much, but if you want to make a bigger statement, you can. You can make an oval. I'm just doing a round one, and I'm using the end of my ring mandrel to shape it. Okay, I'm just going to use a pencil here and just make a slight little mark so I know where to cut it. And then take it off. And then I'm going to cut it right there. Next, you'll need your file or sandpaper, and you're just going to have to file this flat so it's straight and flat. Because we're going to be putting these two pieces together, and you want them to match up as close as possible. And try not to put too much pressure, because it will, you know, go out of shape, but you can always put it back on your mandrel and fix it if you have to. Okay, I'll keep filing and I'll be right back in a second. Okay, I finished filing it and it goes together pretty well. Now remember, don't file on top at all. It's just the edge that meet together. And okay, then I'm going to take a small piece of this tape. I'm actually going to need a larger piece, so I'm just going to cut a large piece and then a little piece, and I just use this as, you know, a little stopper for my tape, so my tape doesn't get stuck down and I can't get it off. So this is all I do, and then I just cut what I need and put it to the side. And I need a small little piece. And what I'm going to do is put these two pieces together like so, and tape them so it holds together. Okay, and then this one I'm just going to make a little notch, put it down here, because we're going to use that pretty soon. So you might have to take the tape off a couple times just to make sure that you got it on really good and those two edges are together. Okay. And then you can put it back on your mandrel and then shape it up. So you have a circle. And then you're going to place it down. Sticky side is up. And that's why I made that little notch here so you can handle it easier. And just secure this to the tape. We can move this aside. We're going to need this again, but not at the moment. You can even take it and turn it over and then make sure that it's really stuck on there. All right, now that it's secure, we're just going to do a very thin layer of resin. And to avoid bubbles, you can use a heat gun. Okay. And then we will cure it for 90 seconds. All right, now that it's cured, you will need some tweezers so you can place your flowers in. I should have showed you that at the beginning. You're going to need another layer. Of resin. Just clear. All the bubbles out. And then just choose, oops, they're just all over the place. Choose the flowers that you would like. And then place them in the resin. Now some of them have a little end on them, as you can see. Oops, right there. Now you can just clip that off with a pair of scissors and then place your flower in the resin. And choose various colors. Also, make sure that your flower is facing upside down. Now you can have, you know, if you'd like, you can have a clear resin with the flowers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a layer of that pearlized micro powder. I'm going to mix that up with some UV resin and have that as the base of the ring. That's why everything is going to be upside down when you put the flowers in. So the flowers should be facing down. And you can just move them around. Try to get in as many as you can. I don't think we have a red one. Let's put a red one in there. Okay, I'm going to use now that they're in there, I'm going to use my hot gun again, just to make sure that there's no bubbles hiding underneath. Because sometimes the bubbles will hide under the flour. There might be one or two, but we'll try to get out as many as possible. Okay, we'll cure that for 90 seconds. Now that it's done curing, we'll add another layer of resin on top of the flowers. Now don't add too much, you just need a little, just to cover them up. Then take your hot air gun and blow out bubbles, but be careful so you don't blow the resin out of the, well, it's like kind of like a mold, I guess. Okay. And then we're going to cure this for about 3 minutes. While that is curing, for the bottom layer, we're just going to mix up some of the pearlized white micro powder. Get the bubbles out. I'll just use a small amount. You don't need a lot for this. Then you mix it up really well. If you think you need more, you can add it. Okay, a couple bubbles, I just poked them and they popped. So now that's ready. All right, now that it's done curing, we will put just a thin layer of the white. And just spread it around. Make sure it goes to the edges. Okay. And we're not going to cure it yet, but let me do the heat gun on it, make sure all the bubbles are gone. Okay. Let's cure this for 90 seconds. All right, now we're going to make the ring portion. So you just need to, about the same amount, about maybe 4 inches. And then you'll need your ring mandrel. And I was going to make a size 8, but I'm going to make it a little bit larger because I'm going to kind of submerge part of this into the resin. So we'll just do a little bit. Let me see. Let's see, size 8. I'm just doing a little bit bigger, like maybe an 8 1/4. And let me mark that. Okay. Slide it off. Cut it. You don't really have to file this because we're going to put the open portion into the ring, or into the top of the ring. If you want to, you could file this smooth and then put this part into the ring and then have this as adjustable. You can have an adjustable ring that way. So just put this back on, push it to the size you want, make sure it's round. Okay, this is cured, the ring is ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to place it in the center and then put resin over it. I'm going to put resin down first, and I'm using still the white that I had mixed up. Okay, and for this you're going to need either the tweezers to hold it, or you're just going to have to hold it yourself and place it inside. You'll do another layer again over it, but right now you just want to secure it. So you just put it down into the resin in the center, and then we're going to cure it for 180 seconds. Now, like I said, hold it, and then you can put your light over top, or you can hold it with tweezers and put your light over the top. But don't try to just like leave it just like that, because it won't stay. Okay, once it started curing, I could remove my hand from under the light, and it's pretty secure. But I'm going to be doing just another layer, and I'm just going to cover over that a little bit. So you have to be careful when you do this so it doesn't like flow over the edges. You just want it to go up and over. Just move it around so it makes another layer on the bottom. You don't have to pour it on. You can use your mixing utensil and just dab it on. Because you don't want it to go over the edge. But you do want to get some in the middle there, so that it holds the ring in place and it's secure. Okay, and we're going to do that for another 180 seconds. Okay, now that this is cured, we are going to remove the tape. And then we're going to remove the tape around the ring. A little bit of tape on the edge there. I'm just picking it off. We're not quite done yet. So what we have to do now is get a little glass panel or tile and some sticky tack, and we're going to push the ring onto that, and then we're going to add a layer of resin, and we're going to dome the top. And then you just place your light over and start curing. And we're going to cure that for about 3 minutes. Okay, now that it's done curing, let's take a look. You can see how it's domed up above. You can do another layer if you'd like. Dome it a little more, but there's your chunky accent ring with your spring colors. So if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell for further notifications of my upcoming videos. Also, in the description box below, you will find my artwork, photography, and my jewelry. So have a nice day. See you soon. Bye-bye.